Today we're taking a peek into how much loot these miners can pick up while farming. What is up, my friends? My name is and if you know me and if you know this channel, you will know that when I became a Town Hall 10, I exclusively used miners to farm up my base, and I did it extremely quickly. I'm talking about maybe 6 months before my base was nearly a max Town Hall 10, and it was because of the farming with miners. And I came over here to Elite Academy today and I asked the guys to share with me some of their best miner farms, and I have a handful of them for you guys. Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11 attacks, starting with this one right here from Sir Kurdabug. And he's going with miners, a baby dragon, I believe miners in the CC, 33-38 heroes, 4 heal, 1 rage. It's usually what I went in with in my strategies as well. Actually, 3 baby dragons he has here. And he ran into this dead Town Hall 9 and Crystal 2. Check out the loot in the base, guys. Some pretty good loot right there. Good Dark Elixir, which is really what you want to farm for when you are a Town Hall 10 to get those heroes up. And the miners are all coming in from the northwestern side of the base. The attack strategy is basically get the base as narrow as you can and then send all the miners down the core. And when you're running into a base like this, from experience, guys, it's pretty simple to take down this base with no expos. You're not dealing with a Town Hall 10, so there's no Inferno Towers. You just kind of drop the heals in the core of the base, as you see right there, and you just miner straight on through. They'll take everything out along the way, and what I used to do is I would often be able to save, you know, 1, 2, sometimes even 3 of my heal spells, saving on the elixir that it would cost, so I wouldn't even need to use them because some of the bases are so weak here in the Crystal Leagues. When I did my miner farming as well, I always stayed in between Crystal 3 and Crystal 1, and if I got too high, I just barched my way back down so I could start out the miner farming again. As you can see, he's going to be getting that 100% on the base, so he's going to get his bonus, but the bonus is not huge here in the Crystal Leagues. But really a great farming strategy using these miners. I have a bunch more I'm going to share with you. Let me find another one and I'll be right back. In this next one, Ward is going in Town Hall 11 farming right here, 32 miners. He's got some healers on top of his queen right here. He's going to keep that queen walk, or I should say that hero walk, going. And then he's got those miners as well. So he's going against a, well, I wouldn't call it a maxed out Town Hall 11 because it definitely isn't, but it does have an eagle and it has the max level Inferno Towers in it. So it's not the easiest base to hit at Town Hall 11. He's getting a nice funnel created here, narrowing the base, like I said, for those miners, and he still has his king, who's not yet been dropped into the attack. Now the king he's going in right here with bowlers from the clan castle. So a different strategy, utilizing the king and bowlers as a tank, waiting for that eagle to be you know, woken up, and the queen's gonna try and work her way around the base right behind these bowlers and the king, really narrowing things out. Couple of miners in there as well. It seems that there's nothing in the CC. Miners are coming out of our right back from where that CC was dropped. And again, that walk just continuing, 36% already, guys. And this base is a decent amount of loot in it as well. He's up in Legends right now and doing this farming. He's got the miners going in right on top of that Eagle artillery. His plan was get those miners in, funnel them into the Eagle, and then tear out the core of the base. That's exactly what he's doing here. So it's not even just a farming raid here, guys. This is a raid that can be done in full-out attacks the way that he's doing it right here. I don't believe there was a CC. I don't think anything came out of a CC right here, but when you're healing up those heroes, it lets you deal with the CC if there happens to be one before you can get that funneled surge into the core using those miners. So the miners just taking everything out right now. There's an under heal. Queen is completely healed up with that with the healers on her back, and the miners are just making their way through the rest of the base. They're stuck on that Tesla farm right over here, so we are a little bit light on miners. We do have one going over to the mine right here, actually a good handful of them. And a lot of times when you're doing these miner farms, guys, it's kind of hard to see how many miners you have. They hide so well underground. You don't know how many are in the bunch that are moving around. There's so many times I've done a miner raid and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm down to 10 miners, and then they all pop up and I'm like, there's like 30 of them because they just travel in such close packs. It's difficult to see. Queen Walker is going to take out that corner, along with a few miners that are going to pop up their heads, and then they're going to work their way over here, taking down the rest of the base for 100%. Guys, at this point in time, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you're enjoying what you're seeing, you definitely should, and turn on notifications, because I have Clash of Clans content for you guys every single day. So there's my shameless plug. Let's get on to the next one. And this one, Sirius goes in on a dead Town Hall 10. These are the bases that you're trying to find. He's in Masters 2. And his opponent right here hasn't yet. It must have been the beginning of the season, or they haven't attacked. One of the two. It's actually probably because they haven't attacked, because the season didn't just end. So we have a dead base. Infernos are dead. Expos are dead. Miners just spammed in across from the north to the west, going straight through the base. And that's exactly what they're going to do, guys. Nothing is going to stop them. Probably the biggest threat right here are wizard towers and the enemy queen. Those are the things that I usually worry about the most, because the queen can hide behind a building and start shooting down those miners. But when the miners do jump on top of that queen, they take her out very quickly. Rage spell on the core of those miners. They're just tearing up everything in the core. The center of the base is the most dangerous for the miners to hang out. You have high hit point buildings such as the Town Hall, and it takes them a while to get out of there. You have the mortars all dropping in on top, cannons shooting in there, wizard towers all shooting into the core. When the base isn't dead, you also have a lot of those inferno towers locked on in the core of the base as well. Queen's making her way around. Not sure if this is going to be 100%. I don't remember if it was or not. Actually, like I said before, sometimes you don't know how many miners you have left. I'm wondering right here how many he has. There are a bunch right here coming through. Our queen is still alive. She's working on that storage. She's going to make her way around. No abilities left. The queen is going to have to do this work on her own. With the help of those miners, all the loot's going to be taken. I think there's one more drill or pump, I should say, that those miners are coming up to past that lab, that are going to give them, if they got all of it, but they are not going to get all of it. But look at the loot right here: 581 gold, 530 elixir, and 2500 dark. A beautiful raid. And speaking of these miner attacks, they don't take any dark elixir at all. So when you're trying to farm up those heroes, this is the best attack strategy to do it, because it only costs elixir. Let's find more. We have Sir back with another attack, and in this one, 657 gold, 700,000 elixir, and here we have a Town Hall 10 that is barely a Town Hall 10. Basically, just the Town Hall is a Town Hall 10 in Crystal 3. These are the types of bases you find down here, guys. You find bases that are just neglected, dead, or just rushed bases, easy to grab the loot from, and having a lot of loot in it, because they are really owned by extremely casual players that don't pay too much attention to the game. They log on when they can, and we can take total advantage of that, steal all their loot, and use it for our benefit. The true clashers, the ones that are trying to grind your way through the game and be the best clasher you could be. We rely on bases like this. Look at those level 1 expos, you know, shooting down on our miners, really barely doing anything. It's like a BB gun shooting at those miners. But 2 heal spells were dropped, and even those Teslas are low level there, guys. And the miners are making their way to the core of the base. 2 more heals are in this composition right here. I'm wondering if he's going to need to use them or not. I don't think he will. Actually, he uses one of them right here over in the bottom corner, right by that wizard tower. Like I said, wizard towers are some of the most dangerous, and he actually did use the other one right over here on top of that wizard tower as well, just to play it safe. Sometimes just play it safe. It's fine. The spells don't cost that much, but when you can save in the spells, you're saving yourself about 30,000 elixir every heal spell that you don't use. So sometimes it's worth it to not even use them. He didn't even need a CC right here, just took advantage of this dead base, stealing all the loot out of it right there. And I believe I have another 1 or 2 for you guys now. Sirius going in, another dead Town Hall 10 in Masters 3. And are you seeing the trend here, guys? Find the dead bases. There are a ton of them, especially in the Crystal League. There's no reason. I mean, I know there's going to be people in the comments that say, oh, these attacks suck because they're against dead bases. Well, these are farming attacks. When you could find bases like this, these dead bases, you want to take full advantage of them. And this is the best strategy to do it, because you can get everything out of the base and not leave a drop of loot behind most of the time. Of course, every once in a while you run into something. Now, what's the downfall of this attack? If you're hitting bases that are not dead, you'll sometimes run into a base that'll have a dragon pop out of the clan castle. Now, the best way to deal with that are with 2 poison spells and your queen, but a lot of times you'll be using your queen funneling down the side of the base, or you won't have your queen because you figure, oh, she's sleeping, you know, she's upgrading, or she's you know, she's sleeping from one of my last raids, I can go in without her. And a lot of times you can, but if a dragon pops out of the CC, it will sometimes spell doom for your miners. So, but the good thing is you don't really care about cups. When you're farming down here, all you care about is getting that loot. So if you lose cups, you really don't care. It's actually a nice thing about farming is that stress of pushing, the stress that I have right now, pushing myself through Titans, trying to get to Legends. It's stressful. You always worry about when you're about to, you know, get raided, when you have to keep your game on so that you don't get raided, so you can get your troops farmed up and cooked up for your next attack. Here, you just farm, steal loot, and get out of there. And if you get hit, you get hit, and it's fine. I'm not sure, but I'm going to check and see if I have any more attacks to share with you guys. And I believe this is the last one that I have for you guys. As you can see, it's a low-level Town Hall 10. 2 Inferno Towers set on single. They are live, but like I said, they're set on single. Single target Inferno Towers offer no threat to your miners really at all, guys. You know, they work great against Golem, against Giants, against Lava Hounds, but against miners, if you see single target Infernos, you know that you have the advantage on that base, and you can go in on a solid attack and take it down. As you're going to see right here, the single target Inferno can't take out those miners quickly enough. And another thing worth noting, guys, it's great to heal right on top of the Inferno Towers, because as the miners go underground, the Inferno Towers can no longer target, and while they're underground, under the heal, they still heal themselves up. So you can pop out from under the ground with full health healers again. A lot of people don't know that. It's a great trick and a great tip to have those miners really be used efficiently. Even if they take a while to get to that Inferno Tower, they always will pop underground when they go from structure to structure, and while they're under there, they're going to heal up as long as there's a heal spell on top. So great way to take advantage of it. As you can see, we have a Golem coming through, we have some Giants coming through, our King is going through as well. And actually, if you take a look at it, guys, we don't have a ton of miners left, just a small bunch right here, but the Queen is going through, being tanked for by the Golem, which is going to work out really nicely. Queen's going to take out that Inferno Tower. King is going to pop his way through the wall so that he can take out the rest of that loot. There we go. Inferno Tower's down. And this is our last compartment right here, guys, until all the loot is gone. Another one from Sirius right here, bringing it home with the miners. And I have to say, guys, there are a lot of farmers in Elite Academy that use Mass Miner. They've been sharing it, and that's what gave me the idea of doing this video. In the past, when I was a new Town Hall 10, I had a lot of videos talking about my miner farming. And if I go back to my base right here, I'm going to go to my progress base for you guys, actually, so you guys could take a look at it. This is my base. This is my progress base, guys. And the reason I'm showing it to you is because all of the progress made was made with those miners. All of the stuff up here are completed. They're maxed out for Town Hall 10. Everything below needs to be upgraded. And as you can see, there's nothing there except for wall. So all I need to do are these pieces of wall and a bit more research. Research takes a while, and if you don't gem it, you're going to be waiting for it to be done. So if you take a look, I have a bit more research to do. All of my dark research is done except for my haste spell and my earthquake spell. I think they each need to go one more level. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of this upgrading done. It's going to take a couple of months just because of the amount of time it takes for each upgrade. Not the amount of time it's taking me to farm, but the amount of time it takes to upgrade. And then I'm going to move myself up to Town Hall 11. And what do you think I'm going to be farming with when I get there? Mass Miner. Best strategy for farming, especially if you need Dark Elixir, because it costs 0 except for those poison spells that you may use, which a lot of times you don't even need. But that's been it for me, guys. What I want you to do right now is let me know in the comments below what league you're in and what farming strategy you use to gain the most amount of loot. A lot of people like Lunyan, but I put Lunyan to the test every single time against Mass Miner. Mass Miner is going to take it down. You will get more loot with Mass Miner than you will with Lunyan, and you'll spend less at the same time, especially, like I said, of that dark. So, guys, try this one out, Mass Miner. I'm also going to throw a few videos in the card above and maybe at the end of the video I'll share a few as well, because there's a ton of mass miner farming videos I've done in the past, maybe 2-3 months ago, but this is the newest one with some others showing how they do the strategy, not just how I would do the strategy myself. But guys, thanks so much. If you enjoyed the episode, like I said earlier, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications, because I come out with Clash of Clans content, Clash Royale content, and Brawl Stars content every single day. On top of that, I live stream Clash of Clans on the weekend at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'd love to see you guys over there on YouTube in my live streams. I want to remind you that G Fuel is currently having a BOGO sale. Buy one, get one free. The best sale you'll ever get from G Fuel. So if you head on over to gfuel.com, you can take advantage of that right now. If they ask you for a code, use code ECHO just so they know that I sent you. Not sure if they're going to ask you for that at all. But on top of that, if you want to chat with me on a more personal level, hit me up over on Twitter at EchoThroughMe. But guys, this has been real. I had a good time, and I'll see all of you back here again tomorrow. Until then, be good.
Take advantage of our biggest sale of the year. Buy one tub, get one free. Shop now at gfuel.com or our mobile app.